Oh, what's happening, everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. I do say welcome back because I know it's not your first time here. Thank you for showing up, for stopping by. What are we doing today? We're going to listen to Opeth. We're going to listen to their song, The Moor. This is the opening track off of their album, Still Life, which was released in 1999. So, obviously, I've heard Opeth, but I've never explored anything let me look, because the earliest album I've listened to is Blackwater Park. I've never listened to anything before that. So let's travel back a little bit. I would really like to see some more of their earlier material. So why not just start off with the first track off of this album? Hope you guys are here for it. Press the like button. Just get it out the way before we even listen to the song. We'll talk about it after and a little bit during. Let's just jump right into it. Grab a drink. It's 11 minutes long. Grab a glass of whatever you're sipping on. Let's go. I'm excited. This gentle, slightly off jazzy riff to open our ambience. But I'm waiting. Gentle return. They have certain notes that they play with, and I love it. It's great to hear them. I knew it was coming. So good to hear something like new from them, for me. switch from growls to cleans is so good. Oh, what a sinister guitar tone too. They're just so good at this. Sexy riff under there. I like how you had this picking right underneath fading in as that electric was going out. That was an interesting panning. That was cool. Lovely combination between the electric and the acoustic there. Jazzy tendencies. Lopez is ripping. Almost done. I didn't realize. Guys, man, it is good to listen to Opeth again. Man, listen, I know that this is an older album, but it's been a while since I've listened to something that I haven't heard from the band, and I am enjoying that thoroughly. 100%, everything that I would expect. And I know I probably do not pronounce his name correctly. Michael, Mr. Ackerfeld. I still think that he's probably the best growl vocalist that I have heard, period. There's probably others that, are up there, but he has this certain power, this depth that he can reach into that sounds absolutely animalistic. It sounds like it's just coming from the deepest depths, and the way that he, of course, transitions from that into some absolutely beautiful, clean singing is wonderful. It's enchanting. I love it. He is just great. But the rest of the band, the combination of light and dark, of course, the acoustic passages with the death metal passages, it just comes together brilliantly. And the way they put it together is so well composed. Now, before I even go further in talking about this, I know that not everyone watching this video likes the heavier sections, the death growls, etc. I challenge you, because you may have been like me when I first heard Opeth many, many years ago listening to Blackwater Park. You may have enjoyed the musical aspects. You may have even enjoyed the heavier musical aspects. But maybe you didn't like the vocals, and that's what turned you off. And perhaps that's convincing you not to listen to this again. I challenge you, not only with this, but in other things as well, with music especially. If you liked some part of it so much, like the music, you like the instrumentals so much, keep listening. Keep exploring. I mean, you could go to their acoustic album Damnation, but keep with this. Because I was the same way. When I first heard Opeth and I listened to Blackwater Park, I was like, I love the music, but the vocals, it's just not for me. But I enjoyed the musical aspects so much that I was like, okay, let's try and overlook the vocals. And then I began to feel, the vocals are really part of the music. And then I began to enjoy the vocals, So sometimes you just need, especially if you find something that's hooking you, don't be afraid to swim further out into the depths. Martin Lopez on the drums. His drumming is just insane. I love the power that he brings, but of course those jazzy tendencies he brings along with it, in tow of the guitar playing, of course, of which Ackerfeld is playing guitars, but you also have Peter Lindgren. I can't tell you who's doing what when it comes to the guitars, but for example, in the middle section, when the acoustic picking that's very classical influence comes in and the screaming metal guitar is kind of coming out, then they do a little bit of a cross again and combine with each other. It's a really, really beautiful, magical moment. The opening setting a scene kind of reminded me of the album cover. It's kind of a foggy distance, and then the figures coming in, becoming more clear. Greatly setting a scene. We knew that they were going to come in heavy, and heavy they did come. It's just absolutely wonderful. This is fantastic to listen to. I love Opeth, and I'm very happy. The sigh of summer upon my return. 15 alike since I was... I also think that Ackerfeld is one of the more understandable vocalists when it comes to death metal and such. Even without the lyrics, I can usually pick out a lot of his words. Even when I first listened to him, I was like, he's very, there's a word I want to use. He pronounces very well. I guess that. He's very pronounced in his singing, his growling. He enunciates. Bathed in deep fog blurring my trail, snuffing the first morning rays, wary from what might have been ages, still calm with my mind at peace. Would I prosper or fall, drain the past, the lapse of the moment took its turn. I was foul and tainted, devoid of faith, wearing my death mask at birth, the hands of God decrepit and thin, cold caress and then nothing. I was taken away from my plight, a treason bestowed to the crowd, branded a Jonah with fevered blood, ungodly freak defiler. So I don't know. I'm getting kind of a story about the Moor, about him being born. Perhaps he was born with some sort of disability, a sickness and illness, left for dead by the townspeople, and now he's returning. So I'm kind of thinking, perhaps to take his revenge. Pale touch writhing in the embers, damp mud burning in my eyes. All the faces turned away, and all would sneer at my demise. Outcast with dogmas forged below, seared and beaten, banished from where I was born. No mercy would help me on my way, in the pouring rain nothing is the same. Vows and ashes I pledge myself to no one, seethed and spiteful, all shudder at the call of my name. So they're like, oh, he's back. If you'll bear with me, you'll fear all of me. I like that line. He's the harbinger or something. There's no forgiveness in these eyes for any of you but one. Dispel the mist for now. Melinda is the reason why I've come. So I'm assuming, I don't know who Melinda is. Maybe, I don't know. But there's no forgiveness but for anyone but her. This kind of reminds me, if you guys have seen the newer anime series, Castlevania, Dracula, when he comes back to the town. It's a really good show. She is water drops over the pyre, a thistle in my hands, stained and torn, aged and brown, virtuous shell with kindred innocence. Like, she's the innocent one. She's the only one that perhaps stood up for him or, was there for him, while everyone else was kind of like, get out of here. I awoke from the miasma, passing swiftly through the moor. This is here, waters stir, and in the distance all that was lost. If you'll bear with me, you'll fear all of me. You'd never leave me to a fate with you. That's what I kind of think it's about. He's coming back. Townspeople tried to kill him. He's back again. Guess who's back? And Melinda was the only one who perhaps was kind to him, took care of him. But everybody else, they about to get it. Let me know what you guys thought of the track in the comments below. You can follow me over on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, for listening alongside with me. Hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that you come back tomorrow. And thanks for being here. Bye, guys.